Hello, and welcome back to Everyday English Unlocked, the podcast where we help you improve your English by listening to real, natural conversation. I'm Edward.
And I'm Victoria. Great to have you with us today.
So, the idea behind this podcast is pretty simple, really. Victoria and I just chat. We talk about everyday topics, the kind of things people talk about all the time in Britain. And by listening to us, you pick up natural English. Real phrases, real expressions, the kind of stuff you won't always find in a textbook.
Exactly. And then later on in the episode, we'll pick out some of the key phrases we used and explain them, what they mean, and how you can use them yourself. So it's worth listening all the way to the end.
Now, today's topic, and I have to say I'm actually quite excited about this one, is sports. Favourite sports, sports we've played, sports we watch, all of it.
Oh, I had a feeling you were going to enjoy this topic. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Right, shall we get into it?
Let's do it. So, Victoria, I'll start with you. What's your favourite sport to watch?
Ooh, okay. So to be honest, I'm not massively into sport in general. Like, I'm not someone who has the telly on every weekend watching matches or whatever. But if I had to pick one, I'd probably say tennis.
Tennis. Yeah, okay.
I know, it's a very Wimbledon and Strawberries sort of answer, isn't it? But genuinely, something about it just grabs me. I think it's because it's so individual. It's just you against one other person. And there's something really intense about that. The drama of it, you know? Like, when it goes to a fifth set and it's 5-5 in the final set, I'm on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, I get that. There's something really pure about it, isn't there? No team to blame, no excuses. It's just you.
Exactly. And I always watch Wimbledon, every year without fail. It almost feels like a national event, doesn't it? Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's got an opinion. It's lovely. Do you watch it?
I'll catch a bit of it, yeah. But if I'm honest, I'm more of a football man myself.
There it is. I knew it was coming.
Ha! Look, I make no apologies for it. Football's just... it's in the blood, isn't it? I've been watching it since I was a kid. My dad used to take me to games when I was little, standing on the terraces, freezing cold, questionable pies, and I absolutely loved every second of it.
That's actually really sweet.
Yeah, those memories are just... they really stick with you. And I still go to games now when I can. The atmosphere at a live football match, there's nothing quite like it. It's just electric. You can't get that from watching it on the telly.
I can imagine. I've never really been one for going to football matches, to be fair. I went once with a friend, and the whole thing just went over my head a bit. I didn't know who to shout for or when to shout. I was lost.
Ha! Well, to be fair, if you go with the wrong crowd, that can happen. You need to go with someone who'll explain what's going on. Right. So, what about playing sports? Did you do much sport growing up?
I did, actually. More than you might think. I used to play netball at school. I was on the school team for a couple of years. I was pretty decent, I reckon, but I wouldn't say I was outstanding or anything like that. It was more just... I enjoyed it. I had friends in the team. We'd practice on Tuesday lunchtimes and then play matches on Saturdays sometimes.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that. What position did you play?
I was goal attack, mostly. I was quite good at shooting, if I say so myself. But then I sort of drifted away from it when I went to sixth form. You know how it is. Other things took over. What about you? Did you actually play football or just watch it?
Oh, I played. Yeah, definitely. I played for a local club from the age of about 7 right through to my early 20s, actually. Nothing serious. We're not talking professional level here, obviously, but it was proper club football. We trained twice a week, had proper kits, travelled to away games.
Wow, that's quite committed though.
It was, yeah. I loved it, though. Some of my best memories are from that time. We had this one season where we were just on a brilliant run. We won something like 12 games in a row. And there was just this feeling of, yeah, we're unstoppable. I mean, obviously it came crashing down eventually, but still, those weeks were brilliant.
Ha, of course it did. Do you still play now?
Not regularly, no. I have a kickabout with mates now and then, but the organised stuff stopped a few years back. My knees started having opinions I didn't ask for.
Oh no, classic. Right. So, are there any sports you really can't get on with? Like sports that just do nothing for you?
Cricket.
What? No, really?
I know. Hand in your British passport and all that. I can't get into it. I've tried, genuinely. I understand the basics, I appreciate that there's skill involved, but watching a test match that goes on for 5 days, I just can't do it. My attention is gone after about 20 minutes.
Oh, I'm completely the opposite. I actually quite like cricket. Well, the shorter formats anyway, like the 2020 stuff. That's more my speed. It's quick, there's loads of big hitting, it's exciting. I'm with you on 5-day test cricket, though. That requires a level of patience I don't have.
Right, yeah, the T20 stuff is more watchable, I'll give you that. What about rugby? I feel like rugby's a bit underrated as a spectator sport, to be honest.
Oh, completely agree. The Six Nations is brilliant, isn't it? Like, when England play Wales or Ireland, the atmosphere, the tension, it's just brilliant telly. I always find myself getting really into it, even though I barely know the rules.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing about rugby. You don't necessarily need to know every rule to enjoy it. You can just feel the energy of it. Big tackles, fast play, the crowd going mental, it's infectious.
Totally. I actually tried playing rugby once at uni, just a social thing, not serious. And honestly, it was terrifying. I did not enjoy being tackled. At all.
Ha, I can imagine. I think watching is probably the safer option for most of us. Right, shall we do the language bit?
Yes, this is my favourite part. Okay, so we've been chatting away and we've used quite a few really useful phrases that are brilliant for learners to pick up. Let's go through them.
Right, the first one. And Victoria, you used this early on. To be honest. You said, to be honest, I'm not massively into sport in general. So, to be honest, is a really common phrase in British English. You use it when you're about to say something genuine or slightly surprising, like you're being straightforward with someone.
Yeah, you might also hear people say, if I'm honest or honestly in the same way. For example, to be honest, I didn't really enjoy that film. You're being real with someone. It's a very natural, everyday phrase.
Great. The next one, I reckon. Victoria said, I was pretty decent, I reckon. So, I reckon just means I think or I believe, but it sounds much more casual and natural in everyday British speech. It's informal, so you probably wouldn't use it in a formal email or presentation, but in conversation, all the time.
Right, like, I reckon it's going to rain later, or I reckon we should get a takeaway tonight. It's just a very relaxed, friendly way of expressing an opinion. You hear it constantly in British conversation.
Next up, I used to play. For example, I said I used to play for a local club. Now, used to is really important in English because it describes something you did regularly in the past, but don't do anymore. It's not the same as just saying I played, I used to play, implies it was a habit or a regular thing that's now finished.
Exactly. So I used to live in Manchester means I lived there for a period of time, but I don't live there now. She used to hate vegetables, but now she loves them. It tells you about a change, really useful structure.
Good one. Now, there's nothing quite like it. I said that about the atmosphere at a live football match. This phrase is used to say that something is the best, most special, or most unique in its category. You're saying there's no other experience that compares to it.
Yeah, there's nothing quite like a home-cooked meal on a cold day. Or, there's nothing quite like that feeling when you finish a really good book. It's quite a poetic little phrase, actually. It adds a lot of warmth and feeling to what you're saying.
Brilliant. Another good one. It went over my head. Victoria said the football match went over her head. This idiom means you didn't understand something. It was too complicated or unfamiliar for you to follow. You'll hear this a lot in everyday conversation.
Yeah, like, the maths lesson went completely over my head. Or, most of the jokes in that film went over my head. It was very cultural. Really useful one. Don't be embarrassed to use it. It's a very natural, honest thing to say.
And finally, write something off. To write something off means to dismiss it, to decide it's not worth your time or attention, often without giving it a proper chance. A lot of people write off certain sports, for example, without ever really watching them properly.
Yeah. Don't write off the new restaurant just because it's expensive. It might be worth it. Or, a lot of people write off classical music without ever really listening to it. It's a great phrase for encouraging someone to give something a chance.
Brilliant. Right, I think that's a really solid set of phrases from today's episode. Some great ones to take away and start using. Victoria, any final thoughts before we wrap up?
Just that. If you're learning English, the best thing you can do is listen to as much natural conversation as possible. Try to use the phrases you pick up, and don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Couldn't agree more. The more you expose yourself to real, spoken English, the more natural your own English will sound. Keep listening and keep practicing.
A huge thank you for spending your time with us today on Everyday English Unlocked. It really does mean a lot. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who's also learning English. It might really help them too.
And we'll be back very soon with another episode, another topic, more natural conversation, and more phrases to add to your collection. Until then, take care of yourselves.
Bye for now.
Bye.